Oh, is it a dead heat? I think got a dead heat.
This is going to work out the oily again.
Oh, yes. Oh, that corner is fire.
Look at how many cars are trying to go through here. They're 3 wide coming through. Squiddy's got fed out into the wall. They're 2 wide coming up through the cutting.
Oh, he's making a move on Viking Racer now into the dipper and does it. He's gone around the outside into the dipper. What a move.
Oh, he runs a little bit wide. He's on the grass.
Keep it clean. Come on, Oil, bring it home.
Showman's got the run.
Stand finish. Who's got to get it? Showman's got it. Oh, he's just taken out the lead on the
Left side down the hill. Captain's got his nose in front just barely. Oh, he has full trust in him. They're still side by side. Captain takes the position around the outside down the hill.
Around the outside.
Oh my goodness.
We're going to have 3 wide. Adam's going wide. Adam's going deep under the brakes under Rexy. Gets the pass done. Goes Adam from
Fourth to first.
What a move.
Hello and welcome to another week of wheel-to-wheel racing. We are at the Suzuka International Circuit for round 14 of wheel-to-wheel racing. We are going to drive the Group 3s this week, and this week we are featuring Division 4 in the stream. Joining me in the commentary box is Peely Goat.
G'day Chris, it is good to be here at Suzuka. It's a bit wet here today at Suzuka. We'll be seeing our Division 4 drivers take it on in the Group 3 machinery. And yeah, and capturing all the visuals for us tonight is our good mate Captain Lowside. How we going, mate? Alright.
Alright, well, that's going on.
Yeah, Captain might be having a few little issues there, but he'll sort it out in due course. But without further ado, we might start a bit of qualifying.
I'm just gonna give the heads up. There you go. Thank you, Goat.
Yep. Yeah, so what do you think we'll be expecting in 10-minute qualifying?
Oh, we are expecting no more technical issues from me. So stream can hear me now, so apologies. All I was quiet on air before, but we are back. So yeah, it's fantastic to be here for all of our South Australian and Melbourne friends. Not too sure about Sydney or the rest of Australia for that matter, but yeah, the weather in game is matching our weather outside. It's been very rainy in Melbourne this weekend, so it'll feel like you are looking outside or watching a live race. So yeah, keen to see how everyone does in Div 4 in the wet. We saw some great racing last week, so sure that will continue again this week.
I wish I can say the same because it is scorching hot here in Jakarta. I need some of that cold.
Lovely. Alright.
But without further ado, well, we were supposed to start quali. I don't know what's going on with the host. He is a bit of slow. There you go, Goat.
Alright, we're away.
So, per qualifying, what are we expecting here, boys? Who's on the lookout? We saw ZD and obviously Pagani, our lobby host last week, do some really good times. Anyone? Actually, we're seeing a mix of wets and intermediates as well. So, how do you think that'll fare with things? All of the questions.
Oh.
Whoa.
It's very interesting because it's dry. It's it's pretty dry at the moment. So, I reckon the first laps out will be the quickest. Actually, before this rain comes in, maybe.
Yeah, if the rain gets heavier and heavier, our drivers are looking to get their laps in as soon as possible. And also touching on the difference between drivers choosing intermediates and wets, I think that comes down to feel, personal preferences. So no issues on that side, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So who do you think's gonna get pole? Chris?
I'm gonna count on ZD, fellow Indonesian.
ZD? Got a bit of faith in ZD today?
He's got some great pace. He's honestly had some competition in Div 4 recently, so Pagani I think is still going to be up there, and honestly we've seen some decent pace out of Hammy recently as well, so I would think of him as a bit of an underdog and potential for an upset towards the top of the grid.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm going to put my hat in the ring and say Havoc. The
Havoc.
dark horse.
Nice.
Ah, yes. Good
Yes.
old reliable Havoc.
Yeah, Mr. Havoc. Yeah, my money's on him for pole, and a clean getaway. And
actually, on that topic, we'll jump back up to the top of the field at the moment, where Pagani is out well in front of everyone. I don't know how he got that jump. Maybe perks of being lobby host, but he is leading driver at the moment. Privateer livery, as you can see, with the giant wheel-to-wheel and the yellow, sporting the yellow colour on his Porsche, running just a little bit wide through 130R there.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that's
it's so
not a
easy
good
to
way
do.
to start a qualifying lap. And yeah, good. It is very easy to do, especially in these conditions. And I think the rain's getting heavier and heavier.
yeah, so well, I think maybe this will be their quickest lap before the rain really sets in.
Well, given that Pagani is
what would I
out in
know?
front, Goat, would you mind jumping on board with him and talk us through a lap around Suzuka?
Alright, so we're heading into turn 1, and you want to be in second gear, getting a nice exit out of there, and then through here, just going from curb to curb, and just tapping the brakes on the way in to get it rotated. And you don't want to take any of these too fast because you'll ruin the exit, and yeah, it's pretty tricky all through these S's. Over to the right hand side, oh, not that far. Oh, he's had a bit of a moment there.
That's unfortunate there for Pagani. Hopefully he gets out of the way, everybody else coming up quickly behind him. It looks like he does.
Yeah, Hammy now leads the pack. So jump
Yeah.
up with Hammy. Sorry, Pagani.
And Hammy's running a little bit wide there.
We're just cursing everyone at the moment, aren't we?
Yeah. Yeah, and there's a bit of a drive bit under that bridge where you can floor it, which is handy. Brake at the end of the curve on the right there, down to first gear to get it turned in. Gee, it looks wet out there.
And I just
Very
want to remind the
gingy.
viewers that he is on intermediates and conditions are getting wetter and wetter, so he might struggle a lot as he's drifting through the sweeping right. Good save. Behind him, need more cowbell with a half a second penalty somehow, but back to Hammy.
Yeah, back to Hammy. And just going to the second half of Spoon here. This is about a second gear corner.
Oh, I jumped on board right
he's
as he
lost
lost
it.
control. Oh, that's
And
super
Goat,
unfortunate.
I think that's a sign that we have to stop doing onboards. Let's just focus on who's gonna
Kelbell. Kelbell coming through 130R. Yeah.
But behind him, Wrestler's doing a fantastic job following Cowbell, and Wrestler's on intermediates as he looks for an overtake during qualifying and taps Cowbell at the apex of the Casio triangle. That's going to compromise both of their lap times, and look at Cowbell go, he's just drifting all the way to the finish line.
Yeah, that is just committed.
Wrestler with a 1.1 gap on Need More Cowbell there. So even though he was held up at the back of his lap, he has still... Oh, there we go. Havoc has jumped up into second place as well. Seeing a flurry of times hitting our boards at the moment.
Oh, Packer to the top with the 218. Get a load of it. There's a smashing chime there from CS Packer.
It's honestly looking like a drift expression session out there at the moment. Nobody can keep it straight.
Yeah, I'm just looking at Cowbell, watching Cowbell from Wrestler's point of view, and he's drifting all the way through the Suzuka S's. Fantastic to see, but that's not fantastic to see. Oh, Cowbell
Wrestler's
and
around
Wrestler.
too.
Almost like a tandem move there, but it wasn't meant to be. Going through the field now, Havoc jumping on board with Havoc. As Hammy hot behind him.
There's just so many wounded cars everywhere. Havoc's just parting the seas. Oh, he's got a little bit deep there.
Oh, it looks like Hammy's around in the background
yeah.
too.
That caught Hammy off guard, I would guess.
Oh no. Yeah, it looks like it's getting wetter, fellas.
I think there are two drivers who are yet to set a lap time, those being ZD and NJS. And there's a bit of a kerfuffle in front of NJS in the form of F1 Weber and Urgent PD sorting themselves out. He's currently at the hairpin, whereas ZD is about to cross the finish line now to set his lap time. Third gear out of the Casio triangle, but still can't get the car settled, and it's not gonna be a good time for ZD. 15 seconds off pole position. But then again, these conditions are, let's just say, they are tough.
Yeah,
not favourable by any means.
Yeah, I think ZD had a little bit of trouble on that first part. A bit of pedal issues. He was parked over to one side, but hopefully he sorts all that out. You see, Armin's might be on a bit of a lap here. He's just gone round Hammy.
Someone's around
Bright yellow and green
130R.
Supra. That's really standing out in the wet weather, grey sort of backdrop here. Fantastic looking.
Yeah, it does. It even looks like a high visibility jacket.
Yeah.
Third gear out of the exit of Casio triangle. Keep the car in check, maintaining traction. But it's not gonna be a good time for Almonds there, crossing the line. Urgent NJS finally sets a lap time with a 2:27. That puts him in 7th place.
Actually, while we're on board, or at least watching NJS, we do have to give a big shout out to his livery at the moment. Unfortunate news, his father-in-law did pass away recently, so that is a big tribute to his livery at the moment. As you can see on screen there, his father-in-law's karting days is very much a straight blue with a couple of simple sponsors on there and the 43 number there. So big shout out to the late father-in-law of NJS.
Yeah, so NJS rocking that livery, following his father-in-law's footsteps, and trying to be an aspiring racing driver. But yeah, condolences to NJS. And he's doing well so far. I think he's set a personal best sector 1. Oh, 3 seconds up through sector 2, but he's got Urgent PD behind him going very slowly, and it's a bit of a traffic jam at the hairpin.
Yeah, the field is really bunched up coming through this section of the course, hey? Oh, there we go, ZD.
Oh, ZD jumps up to 2nd place. Look out.
Oh, well done.
Even with the increase of rain there, he's made a big improvement, jumping up into 2nd with his first flying lap.
I'm still on board with NJS. Yeah, go ahead, Goat.
Yeah, it's actually quite dry now. It's drying out a lot.
Yeah, a dry line is forming.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll be able to get another lap. I think they'll just have to finish this one.
So help me out here, fellas. How long is our quali for this first race?
10 minutes.
So NJS is 7 seconds up on his lap time as well, so they'll probably get maybe a 5th lap in. So as it dries up, we'll continue to see a flurry of quicker lap times here. You can really see how much later they can brake. Coming through that Casio triangle there, it's really starting to drop havoc in the 219s. Armin's with the 17, Hammy with the 18, NJS jumping up into 4th with an 18 as well. Fantastic.
Armin's to pole with a 17.
Ooh, Wrestler takes that.
Wow.
And
2:15, so 2.1 seconds clear of 2nd place. That is a big margin. It looks like he actually might be done for qualifying. The hazard lights are on. He might just be floating around, or his quali is actually done.
I think everyone's done. I don't know if ZD will make that round. I don't think he will.
No,
that's
it. All said and done. Qualifying completed.
What a mix-up.
Yeah, so Wrestler on pole position, driving for AMX Excavation Dam Hexagons. Still a mouthful, not going to stop mentioning that. And then we have Almonds in 2nd, driving for Future Studios Racing with the Toyota GR Supra. And as we jump to the race start, we'll introduce the rest of the field. As who do you want to jump on board with, Goat? Fellow teammate TS Packer?
Yeah, go on then. Just a big mix-up, just while we're riding on with TS Packer. Pagani's off the back of the grid. He's had a terrible qualifying.
And a terrible start for CS Packer.
Oh, that was a little bit mediocre. It wasn't too bad.
Armin's with a great start, giving
ZD,
Wrestler
look
a
at
price
the,
for his money.
3 wide. ZD took both Hammy and CS Packer. So ZD looking to make moves. And let's see, CS Packer defense against NJS through the first 2 corners. ZD looking to move up the field very quickly. Already behind, all over Almonds.
ZD looking quite racy through these S's.
Oh, bit of an oversteer movement from ZD.
Yeah.
Almonds, hold that drift, mate. Fantastic.
ZD's gonna have a crack around the outside. That's not really.
That is not a good idea. But can ZD get the switch back? No, he can't.
ZD looking super aggressive early on. Everyone trying to get some scent
ZD
into
got
their
a better
tires.
exit out of Decna 2, but clip Almonds at the exit. So that's his momentum ruined through the hairpin. You can take a lot of various lines through there, but Almonds went wide, too hot into the hairpin, and ZD takes 2nd place. ZD making hella moves. And I'm sure the
CP 2x2 in the background.
CS Packer moves up.
NJS. Big slide from NJS.
He's got spun by Pagani. That's unlucky.
And I have to point out that NJS is on slicks, so both move, but might be the wrong choice. And it's definitely the wrong choice as the rain starts to fall. So that's very unfortunate for NJS.
Took a gamble, and unfortunately it looks like that is not going to pay off for him.
That's unlucky.
I just saw F1 Weber went wide through 130R, so Urgent PD took advantage of that. Many things happening in the opening lap.
Oh yeah. So we've got Wrestler out to a 1 second lead from ZD, and then we've got roughly around 2 seconds back to Almonds, and
Pagani looking to attack Hammy for 5th position. Hammy backs out of it, and Pagani takes 5th.
As the rain starts to pour here at Suzuka, we're gonna see some really ginger right foots in a minute.
Oh, and NJS hasn't stopped for a new set of tires? He's still out there on slicks.
I don't know, I think you might be hoping for it to dry up.
I've got 7 laps to go. With any luck, Gran Turismo will play all sorts of funny buggers, and the track will dry up in about a lap, and he'll be on the master strategy. So keep it straight for now, NJS. You never know what could happen.
Yeah, speaking of keeping it straight, I just saw Almonds drifting through the Dunlop corner. I think that's what it's called. So Almonds giving us a drift show so far. Fantastic to see. Look at him, he's just drifting again into the hairpin.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Supra, does the Supra have that much torque? Because he's really struggling to
having a crack around the outside of Packer. He kind of has to back out of that one.
Oh, and I think we missed an overtake for the lead as ZD's now currently in the lead.
Armin's gone off. He's just lost 2 spots to Packer and Pagani.
Unsettling exit from Pagani, but Armin's and Hammy side by side. Hammy's got the slipstream from Pagani. Now Armin's does. 2 wide into 130R. This is not a good idea. Armin's clips bit of a grass. Magnificent save from Armin's. How does he keep doing this?
That is some impressive car control to be able to actually hold that and keep it on track where he wants to go. And he's actually still giving Hammy a run for his money as we run through the Casio Triangle for the 2nd time.
Cowbell looking to join the drift party. Oh, but
Oh, just gets caught up in the crossfire.
Oh, he did well to hold that. Wow.
but that ruined the momentum from Calbo, and Urgent PD takes advantage of that. Urgent PD up to 8th, so we have a Future Studios Racing train from 6th to 8th position.
Well, I've got a second.
Yeah.
Just going to run back to see what unfolded between Pagani, Packer, and Armands. They're heading into one of these tight double left-handers, and Armands does just run wide on the middle there, and yeah, just gives up those 2 spots to Pagani and Packer.
Alright, back to ZD! He almost lost it at the yeah, I think it's Dunlop? I can't remember. Yeah, Dunlop. It is Dunlop.
He's having a bit of grief trying to get that thing under control.
As this is not a good condition for the intermediate tires. It's borderline to the wet tires even.
Yeah, it's a great car, the GTR. It's just when you're going around like a big sweeper like that and the turbo spools up and it'll just snap sideways on you. It's a bit of a nightmare, especially in the rain. So
it is that instant application of torque, but I shouldn't say instant. It's the slight delay, but when it hits, it's an instant snap sideways, and it's really difficult to keep a hold of.
Oh, Pagani up to 2nd place into Spoon. He overtook Russell while also drifting into the entry of Spoon. But
So
very well done there.
Pagani actually starting at the back of the grid for the qualifying session just previous has already worked his way up to 2nd place and is actually going to be harassing ZD within, well, now. Really?
At the end of lap 3.
That's some really impressive moves. I shouldn't have talked about him because he's now turned too far left on the left-hander and has ended up in the kitty litter, giving up positions to Wrestler, Hammy, and almost Armands.
Yeah, maybe too anxious to overtake ZD.
That's all it takes.
Pressing the throttle, yeah. Oh, he's still drifting out of the Casio triangle.
And actually, something's happened to ZD here as well. He's given up first and 2nd place.
Seeing front splitter and front right suspension damage. He might hit the wall.
See if I can pull up a quick replay of what happened to ZD. Yeah, so as he's coming on the main straight, just lost the back end a little bit, hit the inside wall, and is just super speed deficient. Wrestler flew past him, and Hammy has now taken him on the straight as well. He's got some work ahead of him to take back the lead of this race.
Very easy to do. Just news at the back of the pack. NJS is now running with intermediate tires. So, yeah, his race 1, pretty much a disaster. Not a good way to start the night for him.
No, unfortunate, but if last week was anything to go by, race 2 will be reverse grid, and he'll be right up to the pointy end. Make a good recovery.
That's it.
Yeah, Adam in the chat pointing out that Wrestler is keeping it clean. That is all you need to do in these races at the moment. Speed is not the most important thing. Obviously, you have to have some speed, but keeping it clean, that is the biggest factor here for sure. So 2.1 second gap on ZD, and that's already actually just dropping and raising again. So I'm going to stop commenting on that. But yeah, Wrestler just needs to keep it clean, and he will be on for a fantastic result here.
Yeah.
ZD's on fire. He's on a bit of a mission.
Not fire enough to dry the track out for him, no, unfortunately. He keeps coming unstuck.
Yeah.
Well, the track conditions are starting to go to the favor of those running the intermediate tires, judging by the moisture bar from the heads-up display. As ZD now brings down that gap to 1.2 seconds. Oh, very brilliant entry into the 130R.
Brave soul.
It's not leaving anything on the table.
Nah, he wants that win, and it's nearly going to come at all costs.
Yeah. So we
And
see
look
a
at
bit of
that,
a dry line here forming, so this is the dangerous bit. A dry track is predictable, a wet track's predictable, but a drying track is the sketchiest thing to race on.
You make a fantastic point there, Go. Trying to get overtakes done when there's a clear and consistent dry line on this track or on any track is super difficult, because as soon as you move off of that dry line, you're back on wet surface and your braking marker has been shot to hell. So trying to get an overtake is extremely difficult. So yeah, Wrestler, just keep it on that dry line and you don't need to defend, and you'll hold out ZD for the next 2.5 laps.
Pretty much.
Yeah, spot on there. When a dry line is forming, it's pretty much a single file racing. You just wait for the driver in front to make a mistake and capitalize on that. And that's what ZD's doing. 2/10s behind Wrestler. Man, he's catching up in a rapid pace. Already looking to overtake Wrestler through Degna 2. Good save there as he sets up purple while doing that.
Degna 2 is a wild place to go for a move.
Degna 2 is a very, very brave spot to show the nose.
It is very brave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, in the background, Pagani is trying
Pagani
to overtake Hami here, yeah.
Oh, he loves, like, playing with death around the outside here, doesn't he, Pagani?
He really does. Hami's given him plenty of room, but I'm surprised it stayed dry for him, and Pagani has actually kept it straight. Gets a nice, clean overtake done on Hami there. Oh,
Yeah,
Armin's
very
off in the background as well.
Oh, but that's a good save from Almonds. Yeah, Pagani's on wet tires, but the track is drying. I wonder if his tires will overheat at some point, because there's not a lot of spray happening.
Looks like we're going to see a flurry of purple times here. NJS 2:14.9. I don't think that's going to hold for very long. Wrestler and ZD are coming through the Casio triangle now. Surely we're going to see some purple laps from these two guys. I wonder if ZD is going to be brave enough to point his nose out. He's having a difficult time putting the power down still. There we go. 2:11.9 from ZD.
Yeah. He's on the edge. He's on the ragged edge everywhere.
Oh, look at that. Yes, he's just gaining a lot on Wrestler, but still can't get the exact perfect time to make a move.
So we can actually see a very consistent dry line appearing, and ZD is trying his best, trying his might to find a gap that Wrestler, or just force a mistake in any shape or form. But Wrestler is keeping a cool, calm head and just really looking at his markers and sticking to them. ZD is all over the place behind, just trying to find anywhere to overtake.
Yeah, very eager to get in front of Wrestler as he went very deep into Degna 1.
Yeah, that gave ZD a very small window of opportunity, but that door got slammed closed real quick, and Wrestler said, "Not today."
ZD looking to use that white line through the hairpin, but still can't get the momentum to get in front of Wrestler.
He's gonna be pretty close here. I don't know if you want to do it at Spoon though.
He's gonna show his nose.
I guess he wants to do it.
He wants to have a crack.
Impressive nerve from Wrestler there, just to stick to his line and close that door ever so slightly to say that is not the place to overtake me, mate.
Yeah, Wrestler plays his card beautifully there.
Adam in the YouTube chat as well is saying if he knows ZD, he is gonna send it, and I fully agree with you there, Adam. I'm fully expecting that. There we go. Into 130R, he's showing the nose again. He really wants that first place from Wrestler, but I am very impressed. Wrestler is keeping his cool and just not biting into any of the fakes or the moves that ZD is trying.
Keeping calm under pressure.
He absolutely is.
Yeah.
He's close here though.
Very calm and very measured. Ooh,
better exit.
Meanwhile, at the back, Pagani and Hami are still at it, fighting for that last spot on the podium.
Yeah, Hami with a great run out of the Casio triangle, actually taking a position there from Pagani. I wonder if there was a bit of difficulty trying to get the power down. A slight touch in from those two there. That's a great battle forming at the moment.
And I think it's game over Pagani. Looking at his tires, and he's on wets, and whilst the track is drying, it's not gonna do well for him. Especially the rear tires of Pagani. They are shot. They're completely gone.
Armin's tires at like all of them are nearly gone. He's in struggle street.
Yeah, so Pagani with a 11-second gap to Armin, so looking like Pagani will consolidate a 4th position here. Hammy taking a well-fought 3rd at the moment. And yeah, ZD and Wrestler still going nose to tail. Nothing changing there.
I just saw Armin's lost it at the Dunlop corner. Unfortunately, he Havoc got caught off guard with that. So it's a Milo moment for Future Studios Racing. Armin's and Havoc having a Milo moment in 7th and 8th.
So easy to do. So easy to do.
As let's jump back to the battle for the lead, as Ziggy's still not getting the run on Wrestler, but the track is wetting up again. Not sure if that's
ZD taking absolutely all chances there, just trying to get that power down and struggling at every opportunity. Bit of spray coming back as well, so I'm sure that's actually introducing a little bit more difficulty for ZD, but Wrestler has kept his cool so far. I'm really hoping I'm not jinxing him here. A smooth through 130R again, is just holding out that gap. Just a couple more corners, and he has done a fantastic drive so far.
Into the Casio.
ZD
got the run, but
super deep
again,
under the brakes.
Getting that good momentum at the wrong place at the right time. At the wrong
ZD
time.
in the wall again.
So Wrestler gonna take that win. Very calm, very measured, and very well done drive. Hammy takes the final spot on the podium, and Pagani has to settle for 4th.
I don't know if that was an intentional loop or if that was just a nice display of how difficult this race has been. But Urgent and F1 Weber fairly close to each other as they cross the line. So Pagani 4th, Urgent 5th, Weber 6th. 7th for Armins after some mishaps and some minor mistakes. Reasonably good result. Still showing his drift skills as he's rounding the last corner.
Yeah, shout out to LP Armins. Very impressive drift skills.
Packer coming into the Casio Triangle now for 9th. We've got a couple of larger gaps here for the tail end of the races. As we saw some pit stops, some chaos, and yeah, the rain has really brought out some mistakes. And when you make them, they are huge.
Yeah, but a very mature drive from Wrestler. That was textbook. That's all he needed to do.
Kept his cool, even under many laps of being attacked by ZD. Need more Kelbell crossing the line for 10th there. And NJS with that unfortunate error being on slicks at the start of the race. Track didn't dry out, so unfortunately he rounds out 11th place for the end of race 1. Someone's pouring a bout of scotch by the sounds of it.
Yeah.
I wish it's scotch.
Alrighty, so yeah, well fought race for Wrestler. We can see the best lap there for Wrestler is the 2:10.4, and the fastest lap of the race is the 2:10.4.00. So incredibly close between these two. Try as he might, ZD just couldn't get that first place off of Wrestler to take out the win. And Hammy with a fantastically driven race for the 3rd place on the podium. Now, while the lobby gets sorted for race number 2, I'm going to jump across to some sponsor ads making all of this possible. So we'll be back with you all in just a few short minutes.
scrub again with Easy Clean. Whether it's the shower or bath, grouting, patio, or even the kitchen sink, Easy Clean's advanced surface treatments restore, protect, and seal surfaces, reducing your cleaning time by up to 90%. With their lifetime guarantee, you can restore your surfaced areas to their original sparkling condition with effortless ease. Call 1300 146 136 or visit easyclean.com.au today. That's EZICLEEN.com.au. Easy Clean today for an easier clean tomorrow.
I'm a gamer, a foodie, a boss lady. I am sporty, outdoorsy, outspoken. I am fashion. I am old-fashioned. What I am not is the same. But none of us are. We are all individuals with unique interests, needs, and goals.
We believe that everyone should have the right to live the life they want for themselves.
Whether it be exploring the world,
Dog walking,
or binge watching their favorite show.
So instead of searching for the things that we do the same,
Let's champion the things that set us apart.
Because we're not innovating for disabilities.
We're innovating for individuals.
And we are back. Thank you very much to all of our sponsors who support us. Without them, we cannot do what we do week in and week out. So support those who support us.
Alrighty, so it looks like the grid is all set. It is reverse of race 1, so as picked before, NJS, who did unfortunately finish last, is going to be on the top step. So we're also looking at a dry race as well. So that will ease things up a little bit and give these drivers a little bit more room for error. And yeah, we'll probably see a couple more battles and maybe some more overtakes with a completely dry track.
Yeah, so it's 19 laps, and it'll just be in the dry the whole way. It should be, and I believe softs and mediums are mandatory.
Yeah, so we're gonna have some strategy in the mix. Let's see which strategy prevails.
Yeah, I'm not sure entirely. But it should go something like a one-stop, being somewhere around 8 laps on softs, and maybe 11 on mediums or something like that. And whether you want to do that the other way around or whatnot.
Yeah, I think it's one of those situations where where I would pick depending on where you start on the grid as well. So if I was towards the front, I would probably be starting on softs. Give it a bit more clean air and really just try and manage them right from the start. And honestly, if I was anything more than maybe second or third row back, I'd be starting on mediums and just really looking to capitalise towards the tail end of the race.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Drivers going out for a bit of a practice run or some shenanigans. We can see the tire choices. And most of the field are going for the mediums.
That's probably what I'd start on.
Yep, that's a reasonable choice.
Apart from Havoc.
And Packers on
start on softs.
Yeah, Packer still needs to tell his pit crew that he needs some dry tyres. I'm sure that's not where you want to be starting. Also, more shout-outs. Thanks for the comments, Zeddy and Adam. Not a problem to bring you some viewing pleasure. Double stinting tonight as well for those who are unaware on visuals. And yeah, really good to see some comments in the chat come flying through. Zeddy, I see what you did there. Thanks, Goat, Chris, and Goat. That is far too kind. Alrighty. Who are we waiting on here? Packer to get some tyres changed and Pagani to get things kicked off, I think.
Pagani's not even ticked in at the moment.
Well,
yeah.
That's a little bit awkward.
Pagani might be taking his time doing something constructive. Hopefully.
Unlikely. We are waiting on him. Pagani, where you at?
I don't know, but CD just gave a comment on YouTube chat saying second last, that's the best place to start.
It is.
Don't know about that.
Nah, I can't confirm. It's the best place to start for some reason. I don't know why, but it is.
I'm just going to give Packer a quick heads up there for tyres, and Kelbell as well. Actually, is looking like he's on intermediates. Not going to be a very fun start to their races.
CD's just saying that's the best start because he's starting from there. What are you looking at, ZD? You looking to move up 5 positions?
Spence in the chat as well. He's predicting a turn 1 dive bomb. So pretty much a carbon copy of race 1 is fully expected again from both ZD and Pagani. They're going to be looking to make their way through the grid fairly quickly. We do have 19 laps though, so there are some strategy involved to this race for sure.
No coaching in comms.
No coaching in comms, please.
You're welcome. It's free advice.
Free advice?
Free advice from three Div 1 drivers in the comms box.
Well, a couple of washed up Div 1 drivers.
Pretty much.
Well, we got one leading the championship, one self-proclaimed wash, and one who's following in the footsteps of Nico Rosberg, as it turns out.
Yeah.
Actually, that's a great point there, Adam and ZD. Spencer, big shout out to your fresh bubs, the newborn.
Yeah, congratulations, Spence.
The new life in this world, future of Wheel to Wheel is with these guys right here. So train them young. Anyway, we're on the grid. We see everyone all lined up. We're going to wait for those red lights to start ticking away as everyone's game starts to load and brings them in. First light, second light, third light. I'm going to jump right up front here with NJS for the start.
And we are going for race 2. Not a good start from Packer again, but it evens out. I'm going to point out that Havoc's the only one starting on soft tires.
NJS with a fantastic start. That Jag an absolute rocket off of the starting grid and keeps it clean through turn 1 and 2, or sort of turn 2 there. Being harassed very early by Kelbell though. So he's going to have his work cut out from 19 laps. Packer looking to show the nose on the inside of Kelbell there.
Yeah, Packer's putting its nose where it doesn't really belong. And Kelbell kind of shows in the door there.
Armand's looking very unsettled through the S's.
We're seeing an absolute flurry of cars in the background there. Pagani trying as he might to try and get past Hammy, who is, putting up a bit of a fight already. And ZD sitting back in 9th by...
Oh no!
Kelbell!
A disconnect from Kelbell?
Disconnected.
Oh, that's unfortunate right at the start of the race too.
Unlucky.
So ZD has been able to jump up past F1 Weber there and is going to keep his eyes on Urgent PD next up, but it's actually looking like the dry track is a large equalizer here. ZD's not able to launch his way through and pick off 2 or 3 drivers in a single corner anymore, so he's definitely going to have his work cut out for him.
CS Packer currently all over off the back of NJS, followed by Havoc, who I will remind you, ladies and gentlemen, he is the only one on softs, so he needs to get a move on.
Actually looks like
looking for a 3 wide moment into 130R.
Definitely going too wide. Havoc giving NJS just a small bump there. We're going to go too wide, too deep almost at the moment. Packer taking a fantastic line. Hold out that inside line and get the overtake done without pushing wide on exit. Fantastic job there.
Ooh, fantastic chain of moves from Almonds.
Yeah, moving up into 2nd place there. Hammy looking quite aggressive on NJS there as well.
Yeah, Havoc's getting the rough end of the stick here. I think he's gone from 3rd to 6th now as he's trying to go to the outside. He just blasts past Pagani like he's not there.
That Super is still an absolute rocket.
Gets checked up by Hammy though. Can he hold it?
Meanwhile, at the front of the field, Almonds and CS Pack are almost side by side through the S's. Havoc and Pagani side by side. Havoc's being chewed up here, and it's not gonna do his strategy well.
No, yeah, Havoc's definitely going to want to try and maximize his time on mediums and sorry, on the softs, considering he still has to run the mediums later in the race.
Yeah, and this bit, he kind of got checked up on the outside, and ZD's just gone through there. It's pretty opportunistic from ZD.
He's managed to get the job done somehow, so actually quite impressive to see ZD already right behind. He comes through as an absolute bowling ball, takes out a few drivers there, gives Pagani a bit of a touch-up, and unfortunately for NGS, for race 1 and race 2, he's seen an incident and is going to be towards the back of the grid there. He's going to be just in front of ZD as he does the right thing by redressing his mistake. But yeah, just unfortunate to be caught in the crossfire of a mistake from a flying ZD. I'm just going to jump on board with a replay, see if I can find out what happened. Just missed it, other than seeing ZD come spiraling into the hairpin and yeah, just causing some chaos.
Yeah, he might have touched a bit of grass coming into the hairpin, and that unsettled the car fairly easily.
Yeah, it's very easy to do there.
Flossie and Adam in the chat as well. Old ZD Cyrus wrecking ball. Look, yep, I can't deny that one. So
Is that the best I could come up with? ZD Cyrus.
ZD Cyrus.
ZD Cyrus.
It's not even that good, guys. You come up with something a bit better than that.
Speak for yourself. So ZD is doing something illegal by texting and driving.
Texting while driving, yeah.
I mean, maybe that explains the wrecking ball into the hairpin.
Put that phone down, ZD, and focus up on driving.
Yeah.
Stefco, big shout out to you in the chat, mate. Welcome. All the way from the other side of the country now. You're over in Perth. It'd still be sunny and shiny there. It's dark and, I don't know, I wouldn't say miserable, but dark and not so light here in Melbourne. Flossie giving Goat some hell. Awfully quiet for a commentator. You're being called out in chat there, Goat, and you've so far come up with nothing.
Yeah, come on.
Just waiting.
Alright, let's see what we have here. So I think the pack has settled down so far. So we currently have Almonds with a almost 7/10 lead on CS Packer. Anything going on there, Cap?
Yeah, so I was just on board with Pagani there. He's looking to make moves still, as we see first through fourth pretty bunched up. And yeah, Pagani just doing a bit of a signature wide move through the long right-hand sweeper after the hairpin. And yeah, just picking up a bit of grass and causing himself to lose pace and not be able to complete an overtake. So bit of a heart and mouth moment for Pagani, I'm sure, but he's recovered and he's already on the back of Hammy to look for a move into 130R.
To make a move through 130R.
That's brave.
Hammy backs out.
Hammy sees that it is better to just let Pagani go and race his own race.
I mean, too wide through the 130R. That's very dangerous.
Well, as Havoc's looking to get a bit of a switchback, couldn't really make it happen there. Hammy just placing the car where it needs to be placed.
Even while overtaking Hammy, Pagani sets the fastest lap of the race so far with a 2:02.981. He is flying almost 2 seconds faster than the two drivers in front of him.
That's another great spot there, Adam. Your eyes are on point tonight. It's Wrestler coming up from last place, already moving up into 6th. So obviously on mediums, he's still within reach of Havoc, and really the rest of the front pack is all still fairly tight. As he goes purple in first sector, so he is on a move. No wonder he won race 1. He is definitely continuing to show his skills are not just applicable in the wet, and he can mix it up with the best of them, even in dry conditions.
Meanwhile, Packer is still struggling to overtake Armin's further lead of the race. And if those two keep battling, that's going to bring Pagani into the mix. Oh, a bit of a squirrely exit from Armin's out of the hairpin. Still struggling to control the torque of that GR Supra.
It is an absolute beast, that car, keeping it straight and true. It's maybe not the quickest in the corners, hence why Packer is able to stay really close to Armin's rear bumper, but it's difficult to get an overtake done and establish that overlap. Really, I think Packer is just in need of waiting for Armin's to make a mistake, as he is weaving, maybe try and get some temp into his tyres, but semi-defensive in the middle of the road there.
Yeah, but the battle for the lead is now a 3-car battle. Pagani has joined in, and Hami's just watching from 4th. Oh, a bit of a compromised line from Packer through the Casio triangle. Pagani looking to get that run on him, but Packer's gonna have to slip from that mighty GR Supra and straight.
Yeah, the Porsche even in slip is a difficult overtake. Sorry, go.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say that Wrestler's on a mission. He's got the fast lap of the race now, and he's just about to make this a 6th lap. Oh no!
Oh, something happened to Havoc.
Havoc had a bit of a half spin there.
Also did Urgent PD.
Oh no!
Oh, CD barely avoided him. Whoa, that was so close.
Yeah. That was commentator's curse.
Bosra in YouTube chat as well. We have got 2 races, so we've seen race 1 as 7 laps in varying levels of wet weather. Actually saw some great sort of, I wouldn't say strategy, but for lack of a better word, for the wets and intermediates and who can manage their tyres better. And race 2 being the 19 lapper that you can see on your screen now is softs and mediums required, so definitely a pit stop, and it is looking like it's going to stay dry for the entire race.
Yeah, dry, but with a depressing weather as we see on screen. It's very cloudy, and cloudy is a bit depressing. But what's not depressing is looking at an overtake. Pagani now overtook Armin's for the lead.
It's looking like Packer's trying to get the move done as well, but again, that might of the Supra is just going to be able to hold out Packer.
And Armin's already coming back at Pagani. Oh, was that a bit of contact from Packer? I don't think so.
Hami throwing his nose in the mix as well. And Wrestler
it's a 5-car battle now for first place.
Yeah, Wrestler's well in this pack now.
Armin's still struggling to control that GR Supra out of slow speed corners, and Armin's looking to capitalize on that. But look at the Supra. That car can just defend in a straight line very easily. I mean, it's just not fair.
But it really didn't look like it there. Hey, Packer had a fantastic run out of the Casio triangle and still couldn't. He moved out for an overtake and it just hits a brick wall, and Armin's is able to hold out first place. So again, Bozza, yep, we have the only person on softs being Havoc, rest of the field on medium, so we'll see a flurry of pit stops in probably, dare I say, anywhere up to 10 laps time. Maybe even 8 laps there, but Armin and Packer
pressure
coming
from
together.
Armin's, but that didn't come to fruition. Packer got caught. Packer just got caught with Armin's incident, and yeah, he's now dropping places.
Just going to jump on
capitalize on that
replay. So Armin's and Packer are coming through Dunlop corner. Armin's gets all sorts of crossed up. So does Packer, actually. They didn't make contact. So individual incidents are right next to each other. They've just both got a little bit loose on corner exit, and that's all she wrote. They caused their own dramas and really just opened the door for Hami and Wrestler to go flying on through, take out 2nd and 3rd place.
Yeah, so that puts Hami up into 2nd now, with Wrestler right behind him, and it's now a battle for 1st at the moment, with Pagani just streaking away at the moment.
And
while we're
just going to jump on board with Hammy and see if I can pull up that replay again and just see it from his perspective. Yeah, we can. So CS Packer and Almonds again going through Dunlop Corner. They both individually get loose. Hammy's been able to, it's like the seas parted. Hammy with some fantastic vision and car placement is able to take 2 spots and really capitalise without getting cleaned up and caught with these 2 drivers. So yeah, really good situational awareness there from Hammy.
Yeah, it also looked like CS Packer tried his best to get out of Almonds' way, but he just did that GTR too much to the right and got caught in the gravel.
Yep, that's all it takes. More shout-outs to the YouTube lands as well. Up you, baby. Fantastic to see you floating back around and rejoining our Discord channel. Up you, baby, is how I'm always going to say your name, whether that's correct or not. Mrs. Stefco, shout-out to the Double Dab and Expat as well, jumping in chat as well. And also Zoo. Great to see you're floating back around as well, mate.
Yeah, after his mishap with the Discord application.
Oh, it's an easy mistake to make.
I'm just going to assume that. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, what do we have here? Pagani looking to just run away, really. He currently has a 1.5 second gap to Hammy, who is being followed closely by Wrestler. And then we have a 6-second gap to Havoc, who is on sauce. Oh, just saw Packer in the background there, as he has overtaken Almonds, it seems.
Yeah, he went
something
pretty
must have
wide
happened
there.
to Almonds. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. Oh no, it's that spin that's what happened to Almonds.
Yeah, I think Almonds might have taken a little bit longer to recover than Packer did, and yeah, just has ended up with Packer being in front. ZD looking to recover from his lap 2 drama at the hairpin as well, and he's still all over the place. That GDR is really just proving to be a bit
just
of a
saw
menace.
F1 Weber off track at the second half of Spoon.
The M6 as well. Yep, that's an easy mistake to do. That's another turbo car, and one that is very prone to stepping out from getting on the power, and yeah, it can cause you some grief. You've really got to be gentle with it. And even when you are gentle with it, I still find it's a bit of a unit to try and keep in a straight line.
Speaking from experience, it is very difficult to drive this car. This car's main weakness being exits of slow speed corners. It does do well with the going through sweeping corners, but when you try to drive this car through a slow speed corner, it just gives up. Oh, looking at a battle for 4th between Havoc and Packer.
Yep, always gentle with it, Stefco. Got to be nice in certain situations.
Yeah, so we're going to go back up the front a little bit. We've got Packer. Wrestler has found an overtake on Hammy. I don't know where he did that.
Oh yeah, we must have missed that.
Actually, on that last lap, Hammy's done a 2:05 and Wrestler went 2 seconds quicker. So I'm gonna say Hammy's made a little mistake there.
Interesting to see though, both of those drivers, sorry Goat, have actually closed the gap by about 50-60% on Pagani. So yeah, Wrestler is looking quite quick, having moved through most of the field to jump up and give Pagani a bit of a run for his money.
Yeah, in the top 3, Wrestler was the fastest driver in the previous lap. 2:03.684 compared to Pagani's 2:04.320, and as Goat mentioned earlier, Hammy did at 2:05.147. And meanwhile, at battle for 4th, Packer looking to move up the field. Oh, Havoc giving Packer a very hard time to get past him. But surely Havoc jumps into the pits. Look at because his tires are shot. As he goes wide at the exit of 130R.
There
Packer
we go. That's the mistake that Packer has been looking for 9 laps. 8 laps now. And surprisingly, Havoc is still able to give him a run for his money.
Surely he goes into the pits. Yep. Oh, and ZD's running in 5th place. Will there be team orders involved? Yep, Packer just gave the signal to ZD to move past. And there it is.
recognises that ZD might just be the quicker driver at the moment, and yeah, tag him behind. Don't lose too many seconds because Armands and NJS are lurking in their rearview mirrors.
Yeah, and speaking of lurking in the rearview mirrors, Pagani better check his mirrors because Wrestler's right at the back of him. A 204.056 from Pagani and a 203.138 from Wrestler. So Wrestler really not looking to muck around here.
Yeah, Wrestler's consistently about a second a lap quicker than Pagani, so Pagani's in a bit of strife. We yeah, might see an overtake pretty soon, or...
Ooh, Pagani takes a defensive line into the hairpin.
This is forming up to be a fantastic battle here. Do just need to interject quickly with a YouTube comment from Stefko. Got to get your rig sorted ASAP, mate. Your rig is perfect just the way it is.
Oh, Wrestler looking to move.
Wrestler goes
move
on
up
the inside. Spoon.
Beautifully done there into Spoon.
Yeah, not much Pagani could have done about that. That is, you just don't argue when you're on the outside of Spoon. That's just, yeah.
But now the Porsche is in the slipstream. And as we've seen from last season, the Porsche in slip is a dangerous weapon.
Yeah, the Porsche's always had the legs to be able to overtake and get that top speed going. It just doesn't have the power 9 times out of 10. So, like you say, the Porsche in second place in the hands of Pagani can be quite a weapon. But Wrestler, having moved from pretty much at the back of the grid, no, sorry, dead last on the grid because he won race 1, is now up and leading race 2, 10 laps in at about the halfway mark.
As ZD sets the... yeah, and another driver who's on fire is ZD, who set the fastest lap with a 2:01.825. That is blisteringly quick.
That is actually a really quick lap time. For reference, Goat, fill us in. You're the current wheel-to-wheel leader of the championship. What sort of lap times are you doing around here on a set of mediums?
I've done a 59.3 is my best.
Of course you're in the 59s.
In a race, probably more like a high 59er and low 2 minute.
Yep. So really the gap here from ZD being in Div 4 to the very top of the league is really only about 2 seconds. So really showcasing how tight the field is spread even across divisions. So ZD really showing his pace, and unfortunately just a small mishap has meant that he is now fighting for 4th place.
Yep. Sorry, Cap, can we get a replay for 9th place? Just saw Havoc and Urgent PD having another Milo moment.
Yeah, we can. Let's see if I can go back far enough. Let's go for 15 seconds. Urgent is off on the right-hand side as we go through the sweepers and is just unable to gather it back together for the re-entry onto track. And yeah, spears sideways into Havoc. I'm just going to duck back to the main race and then duck back again for that.
Yeah, quickly go to Pagani and see if you can get a replay for that. We just saw him have a bit of a move through Spoon, kind of large Wrestler out the way. I don't know if we can get that.
See what I can do, see how far back we can go. Not through Spoon, I just got him as well coming under the Panasonic bridge.
Right, okay. Yeah, so there was a little bit of a mishap there, and Wrestler just got shuffled out wide. I don't know if that was clean or not, but Pagani's through. And there's about 0.8 gap now, so we shall see.
The sun actually starting to poke through the clouds now as well, so I wonder what that's going to do for track conditions. Hammy in the background though, jumping into the pits already, so going to do what I feel could be a long stint on the softs of about 8 laps to round out his race. Hoping he might come out in some clean air, and the undercut could be strong around this track. Track position is a wonderful thing, and even more so when you can stay out of slipstream range of the driver behind you.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Cheers, Goat.
You're welcome. Wrestler's closing up the back of Pagani again. I think he's gonna have another crack at Spoon. That seems to be the place they're all doing it. Yeah, Wrestler got a nice exit there. he might get close enough, I don't know. Within 2/10, he thinks better of it. It's probably a good idea. Might want to have a go at 130R.
So mediums, how many laps do you typically get out of a set?
Probably about, I think you can maybe 16 or something, but I'd only do 11 or 12. Really,
yeah, so we'd really start to see these two potentially coming into the pits together, and you'd need fuel to go for the last few laps as well, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you definitely do. As you see, Wrestlers jumping in.
Wrestler blink first, followed by ZD.
Yeah, because Softs can pretty comfortably
24% fuel. That Mazda is actually chewing it through as compared to ZD with 32%. Can't quite see what Pagani has, so we're not going to get some completely accurate data there. But yeah, one lap extra for Pagani, looking to go for that overcut. And yeah, be interesting to see when he comes into the pits and see where everything lands.
Yeah, didn't see Wrestler short shifting too much. He's been pushing that rotary engine.
Yeah, look at that. ZD's right behind him. Oh, I think he just cut the line though.
For Wrestler?
Oh, no, ZD, no, he's fine. That was very close.
Oh, somehow he got away with it.
Jeepers creepers. But,
so Hammy with the undercut, actually, he was behind Wrestler and behind Pagani, so that one extra lap on the set of softs has meant he's jumped in front of Wrestler by about 1.5 seconds. These two were pretty close in the first half of the race, so I'm curious to see if Hammy can hold it out against Wrestler, and of course against the charging ZD. He's now going to be looking forward to jumping up and yeah, getting himself onto the podium.
Yeah, I've noticed something. Havoc has jumped on a new set of softs.
Ah, interesting.
So he's gone from soft to soft. So he's gonna have to do a 2-stop, I think. Because
true, yeah.
Because you need to run mediums as well as softs.
Unless there is well, I would be surprised, but if there is a bit of a GT7 glitch showing us that he's on softs when he was on mediums, it might explain the start of the race, but I'll be curious to see what his lap times are now that he's come in for a set of softs. If they drop considerably, then yeah, I would actually say that he was on mediums at the start of the race. But Pagani jumping into the pits now, so has a fairly healthy lead on Hammy. But as we know, the pit stop here is huge, so plenty of time that you are going to lose. Hammy, Wrestler and ZD all fairly close to each other coming around the end of the Casio Triangle. The sound with Hammy, see where Pagani comes out in this pack. Hammy goes quickest with the 2:01.1. That is a very quick lap time.
Pagani coming out of the pits right now. I think he's going to slot just behind ZD. Oh, look at ZD. ZD swept Pagani around the outside. Beautifully done, but Pagani counters that immediately. Oh, they're both a bit tangled. Contact side by side.
I know both of these drivers, and neither of them are going to give up this position.
ZD gets it. Oh, well done. I said you'd want that badly.
ZD with a bit of a sideways action at Dunlop. But ZD keeping third place from Pagani.
Yeah, so they've got some work to do now. There's 3.5 seconds to Hammy, and Wrestler's in the middle. So they've got a bit of work ahead of them now.
They do. The race laps are dwindling as well, so I'm just going to jump back for a quick replay of when Pagani rejoined the race there with ZD. Yeah, ZD sweeping around the outside under brakes, getting a very nice clean move done, but it just takes him offline onto the rubble. The rubble? No, the
rubble strip?
Word. No, the dirty side of the track. What's the
marbles?
Bunch of the marbles.
Marbles.
That's the word that I just couldn't remember. So yeah, then they went side by side for the rest of the sweepers. These two are going to be very tight for the rest of the race, I think.
Yeah.
So Hammy currently in the lead with also holding the fastest lap of the race with a 2:01.151. Looking, it seems like that will be taught by the drivers chasing him. Let's see the lap times being produced.
Maybe, although ZD did get held up by Pagani battling there, so I don't think the lap time might take that back. Wrestler, 2:04. Packer in 5th place.
Ooh.
Well done.
2:04. Breaking that 2-minute barrier. Fantastic effort.
So let's see. Hammy did a 2:01.876 previously. Wrestler did a 2:09. ZD with that battle with Pagani briefly with a 2:01.136. So Wrestler and ZD going faster than Hammy. And Pagani, Pagani's unrepresented. His lap time's not representative. I think that's the word.
Something must have happened to Pagani as well. He was all over the rear bumper of ZD, but just has dropped out as ZD just gets a little bit squirrely. So that probably brings him right back into slipstream range, and
that's gonna lift his spirits up as well.
It's honestly these four are just going to be going nose to tail for the rest of the race here, I think.
Yeah, it's going to be a 4-way battle to the end. It's actually played out quite nicely for the end of this race, and you got some some real aggressive drivers in this pack that will go for anything.
As we almost see a move from ZD on Wrestler. Right on that second half of spoon there. That is a very brave spot to be showing the nose, but nothing going there yet. Yeah. Wrestler and ZD are good pals. Well, race pals maybe. They have been nose to tail.
Oh, Wrestler goes wide at the exit of 130R.
It's going to have dirty tires there.
Sweep it round the outside. I think ZD... Yeah, I think he got too excited to do the move there.
Oh, ZD running deep through Casio Triangle too. That's a very potential for a track limit penalty, and just opens up that door for Pagani to go flying on through. Such an
he got away with it. Yeah, he got away with it, but yeah, I think he just got a bit too excited to make that move. Seeing Wrestler made that mistake at the exit of 130R.
It's so easy to be thrown off like that too, with your focus taken off of the racing lines and the markers there, and just running deep. Unfortunately, Havoc has done 2 stints on Sauce. It looks like he's coming back into the pits. I was going to jump on board with him for a second, see if he takes a set of mediums. But that is probably going to be a race ruiner for Havoc there.
He might have
comes out with a set of mediums.
Yeah, he might have pressed the wrong button or something when he came into the pits. Or something silly like that, but it's easily done.
It absolutely is. I think we've all done it, but yeah, Hammy and Wrestler going nose to tail here into the hairpin. Wrestler looking fantastic for pace this evening. Really taking it to the top end of the grid here. Hammy also doing a fantastic effort of defending, although noting that Hammy is on 1 lap older tyres, so probably may not make a big difference at the moment, but come maybe the end of lap 16, 17, and definitely 18, we're going to see the difference really open up, and Hammy is going to struggle to hold on to first place.
Yeah, as ZD's he's 1.5 seconds back, so it's going to take a little bit of work here for him to catch back up to the field, but he's a man on a mission. I'm sure he'll be there in a minute. As Wrestler goes for a bit of a dive, thinks better of it. Oh, Hammy had a moment out of there. Oh no! Did he get a hand there? Do you want to go on board with Pagani and just review that?
Let's go back a little bit and see exactly what happened. So yeah, Wrestler and Pagani coming side by side out of the... Oh, Wrestler! That's a hard sell. I'm not sure if there was any contact there, but yeah, Wrestler got a little bit wild on the exit of that sort of fast right-hander leading onto the straight. And,
it looked like he just lost the rear end of that Mazda.
Yeah, I'm just going to see if I can jump back on board with Wrestler in 5th place. Am I going to be able to pull up the same replay? I am, yep. So Wrestler is coming out. Hammy got sideways as well in front. Doesn't look like there was any contact, but yeah, Wrestler has just lost the tail end and then hit the barriers dividing pit entry and the racetrack. So unfortunate there, but he's lost a great bunch of time. Considering he was looking for the race lead, that is super unfortunate to lose 10 plus seconds.
And speaking of the lead, Pagani tried to swing it around the outside of Hammy through the hairpin. With the Porsche, that's easily doable with the rear engine configuration, and Pagani has successfully taken the lead.
Yeah, right, I'm going to jump on for another replay of that. Replay Central. Yeah, Hammy going defensive, but yeah, like you say, on around the outside for Pagani. Maybe that tyre we're just starting to show off a little bit. Hammy being super respectful, giving plenty of room on the exit there, which then gives Pagani the inside line through this fast right-handed set of corners, and that's all she took.
And Hammy's gonna get chewed up again. Oh, ZD just dove down the inside of Hammy through 130R.
Just caught that on stream, so I'm not going to jump on for another replay.
Yeah, give the replay machine a bit of a break. You're killing it so far here, Cap.
Although ZD's front tyres, a bit of a glitch with the return to race screen means that I can see some data, and yeah, ZD's front tyres are looking a bit worse for wear.
They are. He's definitely getting his money out of them. Yeah, he's pushing them to within an inch of their life, just to keep up.
Oh, a bit of a skid through the S's. That's gonna ruin his rhythm through there.
And interesting note, Packer has been setting some really solid lap times in free air.
Oh, look at that! Yeah, he's been very consistent.
Up into this fight.
Yeah, he's been very consistent. 2 minutes 0.9, 2 minutes 0.6. And previously just dipped into the 201s, but Packer still holds the fastest lap of the race.
Oh no, and Hammy's got past ZD somehow.
Yeah, okay,
do you want to go find a replay? We need a replay for that.
What are we doing? So ZD's just run wide on the exit of 130R by the looks of it, and Hammy.
That's Dunlop.
Sorry, Dunlop, not 130R. I'm on the opposite side of the track. So yeah, really just opened up that door for Hammy to go flying through. Again, that's a similar spot that we've seen Hammy do a double overtake between Packer and Havoc, I think it was, in race 1. So Hammy, with the great race presence and situational awareness, pulls out and jumps back up into 2nd place. Meanwhile, Pagani, 2.4 seconds in the lead.
He's looking to run away with it. And also looking at the lap times from our top 4, Packer was the fastest lap in that group, but the fastest driver in that group.
I think ZD's just driving it a bit hard now, you know, and that's just killing his fronts, you can see. So
yeah, I feel like he's taking the better section of life out of his tyres there, and he's just starting to lose out, because from what it looked like on the replay, he was just running a little bit wide through Dunlop, and yeah, that's all it takes. You run wide through there, pick up a little bit of grass, and it can really be a spoiler.
As Packer, he's had the stint of Div 4 here. I'd say this is the best stint of the race, and he's just being really smooth and calm, and that's where the lap time comes from, where you could be, you know, a ZD and and destroy your tires. But
yeah, looking at the lap times, Pagani is now running away with it with 2 laps to go. His previous lap 2:01.043, that is significantly faster than the 3 drivers behind him. It's starting to form a battle for 2nd place now. That is, if nothing happens to Pagani. Definitely not trying to put a commentator's curse, but anyway.
Oh no. Tell you what, Pagani's on rails at the moment though. There's nothing could happen to him.
Well, that's a brave comment there, commentator Goat.
Yeah.
But looking at the battle for 2nd place, Packer again is the fastest driver of the group. But ZD now all over the back of Hammy, but ZD needs to look at his fuel-o-meter because it's starting to blink and his right front tires are very much shot.
Yeah.
How are they compared to Hammy? Give me some information there. ZD looking, he's gonna try and show the nose through 130R.
Front tires, Hammy's front tires are slightly better than ZD's. Tell you who's taking care of their tires the best out of this battle for second. CS Packer.
Ooh. Honestly, I'm gonna vote for Packer to get a double overtake on this last lap. Potentially take out second place.
He is the fastest driver again in that group as we start the final lap. Hammy 2028, ZD 2025, Packer 2021.
There you go.
ZD really needs to pay attention to his fuel usage, as Hammy's fuel-o-meter is blinking as well. No issues from Packer's side. ZD gets off rhythm through the S's. But that compromises Packer though. If I were the team boss, look at this. Oh, ZD bit of an understeer at the exit of Dunlop.
Shit.
That's gonna compromise Packer a lot. If I were the team boss, I would just tell ZD to get out of the way and have Packer get a shot at second place. But I'm not the team boss of CP Motorsport. But
even if you were, Chris, I really don't think ZD would be paying any attention to orders at the moment, saying get stuffed. I am not getting out of anybody's way.
Yeah.
As everything's quiet at the back of the pack, so let's just stick to this battle for second. Well, now it's looking at a battle for third as ZD's front right tires are gone. He's virtually driving on rims now.
So I really wonder what that's going to do to his braking and turning through 130R. Stevko in the chat as well, can confirm that ZD doesn't move for anyone, and doesn't matter if your teammate or team orders. That's not going to happen unless you force your way past him. So coming through 130R, he's still got plenty of pace there. Hammy is actually almost looking under fire here, but it's looking like everyone's going to keep their status quo. Going to jump up the front though. Pagani takes a fantastic race too. Comes across the line in first place.
Hammy, a well-fought second place. ZD keeps third, and CS Packer is in fourth. I'll tell you what, if I were Packer, I would not be happy with that result.
Fantastic recovery drive though from Packer, as Wrestler with the unfortunate incident there on lap 15 or 16, just meaning that he comes across the line in fifth. Would have been great to see him up the top end of the town, mixing it up there. Potentially could have been giving Pagani a run for first place.
NJS finishing a strong 6.
Yep, after being on top of the grid there. Armand's coming through Casio Triangle now for 7th.
Ooh, his front tires are completely gone. He's just understeering everywhere.
That looks painful.
ZD, even if we did ask nicely, you know you wouldn't move out of somebody's way. Havoc and Weber are actually looking really close on track as well. Both coming through the Casio Triangle. Weber looking like he's going to take out 8th place.
Oh no, Havoc!
He's spiraling out of control.
Tell you what, it's also very easy to just spin the car at the exit of the Casio Triangle.
It absolutely
You're exiting a slow speed corner and going into a sweeping corner. You just need to be very patient with the throttle, as we're going to have Wrestler crossing the line soon.
Urgent.
Oh, yep, urgent. Sorry. Thank you, Captain.
Urgent rounding out 10th place, and with the unfortunate disconnect of Kelbell there, meaning that the finishes are all done for race 2. Pagani, fantastic win there, having moved through most of the grid. And
is that Pagani or Max Verstappen there? I'm not sure.
Look, I think that's a far stretch for Pagani to be called Max Verstappen. A little bit of imposter syndrome, maybe.
Yeah. It's definitely Pagani.
Yeah, that racer is inaccurate.
Yeah.
Yeah, well fought.
But that is it.
Great mix of dry and wet conditions here. We're going to see exactly the same for Div 1, except a little bit of a reverse situation, it looks like. So everyone keep your eyes peeled to YouTube for that notification of Div 1 coming up in about half an hour. Going live at 7:30 Australian Eastern, whatever standard time or daylight savings time.
Yeah.
I don't know which one we're in at the moment. Standard time.
I think it's standard time now.
Thank you, Goat. And yeah, stick around for Div 1 coming around just shortly. Goat, Chris, thank you for commentary. We will see you all next time.